What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for NIO with the ticker symbol NIO. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So basically, I looked at NIO just yesterday, and I said price is most likely going to be trading sideways until some type of catalyst occurs in the market, because we have buyers trying to bid up the price, sellers trying to reach the opposite side of the yellow range, and right now they're just fighting it out, or in balance right around this mid $10 level. So basically, since then, price has been kind of going sideways. There's a good chance that since we just hit the top side of this green range, we could hit the bottom side, which is targeting the 1027. So maybe a little bit more downside for NIO. It's hard to say. Price is kind of getting pretty choppy right over here in this green range. It's getting kind of choppy. So we'll see how it develops. Basically, nothing much has happened since August 18th. That's when price was going down lower. Now we're just getting sideways trading, and there's a good chance that if the price tends to trade one way, it usually tends to trade the same way until it reaches a level that it cannot pass through. So before, price was going up, and then it could not pass through the high 15s, mid 15s. Then price is selling down. Now it's struggling to go lower at this 1050 level. So price is just trading sideways, waiting for some type of catalyst to occur. Even if we do breakout, depending on how strong the breakout is, will tell me if we're going to go lower or not. If it's really weak, we will probably go lower. If it's really strong, we'll probably go higher. So again, a lot of people who are new to the markets, don't understand this, that not every time in the market is going to have a clear direction. Just like where we're getting right now. I mean, try to predict what's going to happen out here. It's very difficult. I mean, probably even impossible, is that you have no idea until you see signs of weakness from the opposite opponent. So if I see the bulls kind of weak, I'm going to be saying, okay, there's a good chance the bears are going to come back in and drop the price. If I see the bulls are really strong, I'm like, okay, the bears are probably not going to be able to maintain lower prices, and we're going to be seeing higher prices. What am I going to say over here? I mean, there's really not much to say. Basically, just trade sideways until we see a price break outside this green range. So that's all I have for NIO. There was a viewer who said, why do I see the $7 level even though something with the delivery numbers or something like that? Well, the thing is, this is maybe not common knowledge, but in the market, technicals will be king in the short term and fundamentals in the long term. So technicals will override the fundamentals. Why do you always think that sometimes a company is valued really nicely fundamentally, but the technicals are just shitty or crappy? Because obviously the technicals are overriding the fundamentals. And why do you think sometimes a company is bankrupt and it's popping up higher? Because people are trading the market. They don't really care what happens in the next few days or a few months. They just want to take advantage of the increase in price or decrease in price. So they don't really care where it's going. Just like traders looking at this chart, they're going to be looking for lower prices depending on how it sets up. If it's kind of a small pullback, they'll be looking for another leg down to the $7 level. And the $7 level is a key level because there was a double bottom right here, and that's what led to this strong move up. So it's not a random number. I'm just pulling out, looking at the chart. You can see that $7 level, or the 730 to be more specific, is acting as a strong support. There is some support, up in this uptrend, but it's very micro or not as strong. This is more obvious, and everyone can see that clearly. So that is definitely a magnet for price if price cannot push up higher. So that's all I have in the daily chart. Basically, technicals will override the fundamentals in the short term. Probably the next couple of months, or even sometimes years, the technicals work out pretty favorably. Based on the price action. But, obviously fundamentals, if a company is going to go bankrupt, doesn't matter what the chart's going to say, the company will disappear. It'll be delisted. So, it doesn't matter. But, that's long-term stuff. But short-term, traders are just looking at the technicals. Now, let's take a look at the weekly chart. Here's the weekly chart. And we saw that massive drop down back inside this yellow range, and price is just in the middle of it, trying to figure out what it wants to do next. Are we going to go up or down? And you can see there's some indecision in the market, 3 consecutive weeks in a row that we've been trading sideways. So I wouldn't be so sure of myself. I'll have to just wait and see what type of reaction we get out of here. So that's all I have for NIO. Basically, it's not going to be going up until we can break outside that $13 level, because if price does get there, it could be acting as resistance depending on how strong the move up is. And if it's really strong, something like this, without any pullbacks, it might be able to break through. If it's really weak, something like this is probably going to break down lower. So it just depends on what we see. So that's all I have for NIO. Not really, a clear direction as right now, but eventually the market will make a move and we'll have a much clearer direction. So that's all I have for NIO on the daily and weekly charts. And I'll give you guys an update next week, Monday. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.